Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I want to share with you an advice from Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam, an advice that he shared with his companions, and one that his father, Ali ibn Hussein Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, shared with him. He stated that there are four traits and qualities that if a person possessed, his Islam or submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would be complete, his sins would be forgiven, and he would meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a state whereby Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with him or her. The first quality is to be reliable for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Unfortunately, sometimes we fail at this because a person who we promised something has made us upset. And based on that, we decide to turn back and not to fulfill our promise. But this advice tells us to fulfill that promise not for the sake of that person, but rather for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second quality goes without saying because we have many advice from the Prophet and the Ahlul Bayt regarding this, and this is to be truthful and to be honest. To be honest with people that we speak with, not to lie to them or to deceive them. The third quality is to be modest. And to be modest, as the advice says, وَإِسْتَحْيَاء مِنْ كُلِّ قِبِيحٍ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ وَعِنْدَ النَّاسِ. To be modest before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and before people. To abstain from or shy away from anything which is unwholesome and not good. We also get this wrong sometimes by shying away from and abstaining from bad things when we are before people, but when we are alone, we indulge in those things which we should not be. Modesty is a very important idea and concept in Islam, which I will speak about a little bit later. The fourth quality that Imam Baqir alayhi salam advises companions to have is good family values. To be ethical within one's family, to treat one's spouse correctly, one's children, one's sibling, one's cousins, and so forth and so on. As we mentioned, modesty is very important in Islam. When the Prophet Adam was offered three things, the intellect, aql, religion, ad-deen, and modesty, haya, Adam chose the intellect. And although he chose the intellect, religion was told to remain with the intellect, and modesty was told to remain with religion. So the intellect is the foundation of both our deen, our faith, and modesty. To further understand this, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam stated that there are 5 types of modesty. Haya'u dhanb, modesty with regards to sin. And this is the modesty of a servant, that if that servant of Allah sees that he has committed a sin, he will turn back and make repentance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second type of haya is haya'u taqsir, modesty with regards to one's shortcomings. And this is the modesty of the wise. The person may be fulfilling their responsibility in their prayers, their fasting, paying their khums and zakat. However, they sensed that there is some shortcoming in their actions and their deeds. Perhaps they're not as focused as they should be in their prayers, so then they begin to make corrections to that ibadah. The third type is haya'u karama, modesty with regards to the kindness that is shown towards us. And this is the modesty of the ascetic, one who realizes the blessings and kindness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown towards his servants, and realizing that it is difficult to reciprocate that kindness. The fourth type of modesty is haya'u hubb, modesty with regards to the love shown to the servant. And this is the modesty of the lover, the one who has love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told his prophet in the Quran, tell your ummah, your community, in kuntum tuhibbun Allah fattabi'uni yuhibbukum Allah, that if you claim to love Allah, then follow me, follow the prophet, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will return that love and reciprocate that love. So modesty of the lover is the one who reflects his or her shortcoming in reciprocating divine love, and therefore they strive harder to show their love towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The fifth type of modesty is haya'u hayba, The modesty of the person who is awestruck or mystified. The person who is awestruck is one who senses the greatness of the divine qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and realizes that whatever we understand of those qualities and the more knowledge that we gain, there's no end to that understanding and depth of knowledge about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.